Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Quinton Rampage Jackson to defeat Fedor Emelianenko. And I'm here to talk about Michelle Gomez Waterson versus Gillian Robertson. And of course, when I say Michelle Gomez Waterson, I mean Michelle Waterson Gomez. Just lack of respect. All right. My prediction for this fight is Gillian Robertson wins. And when Gillian Robertson does win, it's typically by finish down the stretch, typically by submission. Although, as she showed in her last fight and the fight against Sarah Frota, TKOs can come on the ground as well. So I think Gillian should win. I'll be looking to play her props, but I have played her money line here at minus 170. And Michelle Gomez Waterson. Oh, I did it again. Michelle Waterson. I should just call her by what I've been calling her for 10 fucking years. Michelle Waterson, if she's to win this fight, it is going to be by decision. Jillian's been taken out twice. Once by Macy Barber with strikes, who hits like fucking Chad Mendez. And another time by Mayra Bueno Silva, who's a deadly submission artist and a bigger, stronger athlete as well. But I'm picking Gillian to win this fight. And on paper, she should have a difficult time wrestling Michelle Waterson in the first place. Michelle's got excellent takedown defense. I rewatched her fight recently with Carla Esparza. Carla got her down once by catching a kick pretty much, but Michelle looked really good with her takedown defense. But I still think Gillian Robertson is a beast of a wrestler. She's not really a beast. She is a great technician. I say it every time I break her down. She's the female Jeremy Horn. And she's all about the ground game. She's got excellent technical takedowns and even more technical jiu-jitsu. If she takes you down, she's advancing on you, turning a corner and taking your back, or just climbing her way up to the mount. And she's really effective at doing so. And I do think if she gets on top of Michelle, she's going to have an easy time, generally. Not that she's going to steamroll her in one round or whatever, but it's going to be her fight to lose, and I don't think she's going to lose it. I envision her getting Waterson down and submitting her, advancing to submission. Michelle has been submitted 4 times in her long career, once by rear naked choke to Rose Namajunas, who cracked her silly with a head kick, and guillotine three times, I believe. I think her other 3 losses are all by guillotine. The only one in the last 10 years was to Amanda Lemos in the UFC a few years ago. So she is a tough girl to submit, but it can happen. But I just think Gillian Robertson, if the fight's going her way, she is so dominant on top. And I think she's also more physically imposing than Michelle. I think if she finds her way on top of her, she's going to dominate her and get a finish. And that's what I'm predicting will happen. Of course, if I'm wrong, I'd still pick Gillian to win a decision. Gillian doesn't win too many decisions, but it can happen when she's got such good control on top. It'd just be a matter of Michelle Waterson-Gomez, whatever the fuck, being able to withstand the jiu-jitsu attack, the heavy top game attack from Gillian Robertson. On the feet, though, Michelle, she is the karate fighter. She's got excellent point fighting skills, and she could be difficult to take down. But she's got those kicks, like I mentioned with Carla, that can be countered, especially by somebody who's got a one-track mind like Gillian and is just looking to take her to the ground. But I think if they were on the feet, Michelle would do better with the point fighting than Gillian Robertson. I think she'd be able to duplicate some of the success of Tabitha Ricci. Tabitha's a beast. But Michelle is only getting older and slower. I mean, she's just close to 40. She is a mother of whatever. She's a mother now, and she's got a lot going on. And Gillian Robertson is a savage in her prime. And I think Gillian is going to be too much for Michelle over the course of 15 minutes, if it comes down to that. But I think she's going to be a little too much for her overall physically and get her down and exploit her and get her out of there. So in one way or another, I've got Gillian winning. And that's why I bet on her money line with nothing else available. But again, when Gillian does win, it typically goes down one way or a few different ways, but their finishes down the stretch. And that is what I'll be playing. I like the long props with a fighter like Gillian Robertson for finishes down the stretch, and I'll be playing those. Sometimes submission is even with finish or close to it. And if that's the case, I'll just play the finish in rounds 2 and 3 like I did uh, with her TKO win over Polyana Viana. But submission is the pick. I think Gillian Robertson should submit Michelle Waterson. That's historically how Michelle's been finished in the past, and that's historically how Gillian's finished people in the past. So Gillian by submission, round 2 is the pick, and let's go with a rear naked choke. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.